Are the books canon? Sorta, but they are slowly fading away. For example, in the books, Millie just dies by infantile Freddy, and Jake later frees her. But in the games, it is implied that she possesses Bonbon, which we know that Count the Phrase Freddy's removed Bonbon because Bonbon was like holding him back or something. Now, I do think the books are canon, and possibly even the Sid Ray Stingers, but the fact that Andrew, Oswald, Sarah, and Millie's stories are all different, Oswald's being the most obvious, but Sarah gets like the heart pendant after all the replacements. Eleanor is also really similar to Circus Baby. The only difference is that Eleanor is taller, and she doesn't have the green eyes. Andrew is the most different. Instead of William killing him or some other killer, Fetch kills him, which already decanonizes a lot of books. But let's focus on the Fetch book for now, which is way different than the minigame. Mostly because in the minigame, we see Andrew die by Fetch, which he would then possess, which in the game timeline kind of proves that the man in room 1280 is about William Cassidy rather than William and Andrew. Because Andrew wouldn't hate William, he would hate Fetch himself. Either way, the man in room 1280 is about Cassidy and not Andrew. It means Cassidy is the vengeful spirit, considering the other stories most likely happened before the Bite of 83, like Step Closer and, those sort of stories. Andrew probably dies before the Bite of 83. The Stitch Ray Stingers are like the weirdest part, considering there isn't really that disproves them other than the fact that Andrew hates William, which unless William told this random kid to go into one of his old pizzerias and give balloons to a dog in the restaurant and dies, and then William goes in there after Andrew dies and stuffs him Golden Freddy, then I would feel like Andrew would just not care for him, right? He would just follow the other kids and hate William because everybody else does. And, he would go out with Jake looking for, like, stuff like Oswald's situation and Into the Pit. And, just watch, make sure he doesn't die. Now, the books haven't, like, completely faded away yet. Like, if you get rid of some lines about Andrew hating William, then the Stitch Ray Stingers would fit perfectly fine, as long as you, like, get rid of, like, there being, like, a third person in the Stitch Wraith or something. It'd fit perfectly fine in the timeline. And, so honestly, the conclusion that I've come up with is that the books are canon until the games, say otherwise. And then, it's not rather than the other way around. And, Return to the Pit, which just came out like a few months ago or something, helps push the idea further, considering that there are 5 kids in the MCI in that book and not 6. So